I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, October the 28th, 2015. An Israeli woman was stabbed this afternoon in the Gush Etzion Junction in the West Bank. The woman is said to be around 40 years old. She was reportedly stabbed in the back outside the Rami Levy supermarket at the junction. She was evacuated to the hospital in moderate condition. The Palestinian terrorist who attacked her fled but was soon apprehended by police. Last night, an IDF soldier was stabbed at the same junction, attacked by two Palestinians who were then shot and killed by fellow soldiers. The 19-year-old wounded soldier sustained injuries to his face and was taken to the nearest emergency room. And there were two attempted stabbings as well. A Palestinian tried to stab a soldier in Hebron near the Tomb of the Patriarchs today. That terrorist was shot by Israeli security forces and killed. Another attempted stabbing of a soldier took place last night at the same location. That attacker was also shot and killed. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas addressed a special session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva today, where he accused Israel of killing unarmed Palestinians. And he urged the council to establish a, quote, special regime of protection for the Palestinians, claiming they are the ones under attack. Several hundred British academics took out a full-page ad in The Guardian yesterday, pledging their support to uphold an academic boycott of Israeli universities, accusing Israel of violations of international law. The ad comes in response to an ad published in The Guardian on Friday, where 150 British authors, including Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling, as well as other artists and musicians, expressed their opposition to a cultural boycott of Israel. The Israeli embassy in the UK responded to yesterday's anti-Israel ad, saying boycott movements only aim to sow hatred and alienation between the sides, rather than promoting coexistence, reiterating Israel's stance that the only path to peace is through direct negotiations. British ambassador in Israel David Quarry also weighed in on yesterday's ad. He stated, as David Cameron has said, the UK government will never allow those who want to boycott Israel to shut down 60 years' worth of vibrant exchange and partnership that does so much to make both our countries stronger. Pope Francis today called for deeper and continued interfaith collaboration and relations as he marked the 50th anniversary of the landmark document Nostra Aetate, which transformed the Catholic Church's relations with the Jewish people. The Pope spoke of the document in addressing his General Wednesday audience in St. Peter's Square. Following the address, the pontiff met with Jewish leaders from around the world to mark the anniversary, including from the American Jewish Committee, who has played a key role in the process leading to the signing of Nostra Aetate in 1965. Looking now at our programming tonight on JBS for Wednesday, October the 28th. At 7 o'clock, Eva Schloss, who was a childhood friend of Anne Frank in Amsterdam before the war, and whose mother married Anne's father, Otto Frank, after the war, talks about her early friendship with Anne and her own story of survival in Auschwitz. That's from a program of Chabad of Western Monmouth County. At 8 o'clock, Director of the Arab-Israel Studies Program, Jerusalem Center for Public Affairs, Dr. Erwin Mansdorf, discusses aspects of psychological anti-Semitism from ISGAP in New York City. At 9, Israel's former ambassador to Washington and former Deputy Foreign Minister Dani Ayalon discusses the current wave of Palestinian violence and the U.S. response when he sits down with Mark Golub on L'Chaim. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, new Israeli ambassador to the United Nations, Dani Danon, gives his first address to the UN Security Council, criticizing the body for its failure to respond to Palestinian violence and incitement. That is followed by Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And finally, we add on a very sad note. Throughout the day, JBS features an on-screen schedule to let you know which programs are upcoming on JBS. And the music you hear with the on-screen schedule is an original composition of Oseh Shalom by a most talented songwriter and song leader, Jules Frankle. Jules Frankle passed away yesterday after a battle with brain cancer. His funeral was today at B'nai Jeshurun in New York City. All of us at JBS send our deepest condolences to Jules' lovely wife, Susan, and to the entire family, and to his legion of good friends, especially those in the world of Jewish folk music and song leading. Mark Gala, president of JBS, had this to say: Jules was not only a brilliant musician, an outstanding CPA, an inspiring song leader who also led beautiful services, and was a profoundly committed Jew. Jules Frankle was the loveliest of human beings, a true mensch, and he will be forever remembered for good. And you will continue to hear Jules Frankle's Oseh Shalom on JBS, an enduring tribute to a very, very special man.